Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Susan, and we're getting ready for our lovely little half-hour hatha yoga class. All right, so everybody comfortable on your mat. Back is nice and straight. Shoulders are relaxed. We always start our class with a couple of minutes of pranayama. So breathing is in through the nose, out through the nose. Relax. Long, full, smooth breath. And always try and suspend your breath just for a few seconds between the inhale and the exhale. All right? So for our mudras today, we're going to do our pranayama in our Anjali mudra. So two different ways of holding your hands. You can have your hands like this or like this. All right? Now this is a gesture of balance and harmony. Balance is the energy between the body and the soul, the right and the left side of the body and the brain, uniting gesture, stabilizing the body and expressing self-respect and respect for those around you. Close your eyes. Let's take a nice long smooth breath together. Breathe. Now's the time to drop your day and to settle your mind and to set an intention for your practice today. Focus on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower our blood pressure, and lower our anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. For one more breath. On your next exhale, I want you to bring your hands together in a Namaste prayer pose, and let's rub them vigorously to activate our hand chakra. Now before we begin, I want you just to be aware of how you feel right now. So take it easy. If there's anything we do that's really not going to feel good, or if it's going to be causing you any pain, or if you have any chronic conditions, you don't have to do it. Try it, see how it feels. You can always make little adjustments as you go along. Try to follow your breath. Let your breath guide you. And if you have to stop, absolutely. Don't worry about it. All right? Do what you can. All right? Respect your limitations and honor how your body feels every day. So let's take a couple of breaths together just to tune out. Sitting nice and tall, your back is straight, shoulders are relaxed. Let's drop 3 fingers. Keep the index fingers together, preparing for Jupiter Mudra. Big breath. On the exhale, let's come up. All the way. Sitting nice and tall on those sit bones. Let's wake up that physical body. Let's wake up that spine. Reach up. Breathe into Jupiter Mudra, which is good luck and expansion are activated when together. Focus your energies on breaking through barriers for one more breath. On the exhale, hands together, bring them down forward, shoulder height, lace your fingers together. All right, make sure you're sitting nice and straight. On the exhale, I want you to reach out and keep those shoulders nice and low. And let's really start releasing the upper back, the shoulders, the shoulder blade. If you can, go a little further. If you can't, don't worry about it. Do what you can. Pay attention to your breath. Let's see if we can tune into that breath. Sometimes the breath comes very quickly. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for the breath to kick in. On the next exhale, let's release slowly, gently with those shoulders. Bring your hands to the back and grab your fingers. Big breath. Exhale, shoulders up, bring the back, slide them down, shoulder blades together. And this is going to release the chest, start opening up the pectorals, opening up the rib cage, opening up your heart center, opening up, releasing the deltoid, the front of the shoulder. If you can, bring those shoulder blades together a little tighter if you can. One more breath. On the next exhale, leave the left hand on the floor behind your back. Slowly bring the right hand onto the left knee. Now, as far as the breathing goes, I'm going to try and cue you on your breath. So when I say on the next exhale or on your next exhale, that's when I want you to try and breathe. So always move on the exhale, all right? So let's prepare for our seated twist pose. So make sure your back is nice and straight. Take your breath. And on the exhale, let's look over the left shoulder. Now shoulders are relaxed, your back is straight, gently pressing on the left knee to the right. Be very careful and gentle with your spine. If you have issues and you can't go very far, don't worry about it. If you have to come out of it right away. All right? Those of you who want to go deeper on the exhale, you can push on the knee. You'll go a little further if you'd like. Breathe. Gentle spinal twist, releasing the spine, keeping it flexible and balanced and agile, releasing the nerves, the blood vessels, the muscles up and down your spine. On the exhale, let's counter pose. Slowly come out. All the way to the other side, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind the back. Big breath. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Just bring yourself right into the moment, right here, right now, where nothing matters but how you feel in this moment, where you are, what you're doing, and that breath. On the next exhale, let's come back to center, all the way slow and gentle, always moving your body very carefully and slowly. It's not a race, there's no rush. Roll the shoulders out gently, forward and backward. Perfect. All right, left hand on the floor beside the left knee, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do this particular one. If you have a block handy or something to bring the floor up to you, this is what we're going to end up doing. I'm going to rest on the elbow. If you can, absolutely, elbow on the floor. But the lower you go, make sure that the opposite hip does not come off the floor, all right? Now, if you don't have a block and you can't get here comfortably, just reach out here. You can do the same stretch, all right? So, set up your little block beside your left knee or hand on the preparing to come out here or right beside the knee. Right hand on the right knee, straight spine. Let's go. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale. Now, leaning on the left elbow, either on your block, or if your arm is extended, you can bend the elbow a little bit. Now, I want you to reach up to the ceiling. If you're resting on the elbow, make sure the elbow and shoulder are lined up. And as you reach up, arm is lined up to the shoulder, to the side of the body. So try not to lean forward or to twist back. If you can reach a little bit to the left if you're a little more flexible. And let's really lengthen the right side of the body. Spread those fingers like rays of sunshine for one more breath. Exhale, right hand to right knee. Stay in this position with the left arm. On the exhale, push away. Bring the right shoulder a little closer to the left knee. You can soften the right elbow if you want. And this is a nice stretch for the upper back, the shoulder. You can feel it all the way down. On the next exhale, bend the elbow, come to center slowly, come up. Well, let's go to the other side. Take your little block with you if you're using it. Now, whenever you use the block, you know what, if you find you want to change position, if you need to get the floor higher, you can move the block. You can do it from here if you want. Doesn't matter, all right? Whatever works for you. All right, so position. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale. Make sure that the left hip does not come off the floor. If it does, reposition the right arm. If anything, you can put your hand on your hip if that feels better as well. All right? On the next exhale, left hand to left knee. Push away if you can. You just want to feel that stretch. You know, some people have to go a little deeper. They have to go a little further to feel it. Some people barely move and they feel it. That's okay. Everybody's a little different. So it doesn't mean anything. Your body's letting you know where it needs to be. On the exhale, bend the elbow, come forward. All the way up. All right, perfect. Roll the shoulders up. You can get a little more movement if you want. Release the shoulders, the upper back. Roll them out. Let's go. Inhale, arms, shoulder height. Exhale, all the way up. Inhale as you get into a gentle back bend. Pay attention to your breath. Focus on the breath. It's long, it's smooth, it's complete. Every one you take. And on the exhale, bring the arms down. Slow and gentle with your shoulders right in front of you. All right, I'm going to back up a little bit here. Now from here, what we're going to do, I'll give you a couple of ways to do this one here. If you can reach as far as you like. But if you find that's a little bit too much for you, put your hands in front, bend the elbows, and you can still do the same thing. You're basically just leaning over. And I really want you to pay attention to how your body is set up. Your back is straight, your head is level with your spine, and you're going to be hinging at the hips, all right? So try not to bow your head, all right? Prepare, big breath. On the exhale, either just bend your elbows Or for those of you who are a little more flexible, you can go as far as you like. Breathe. Feeling the extension of the muscles up and down your back, your shoulders, your spine, lengthening your spine. On the next exhale, stay low, and I want you just to shift your body weight to the left. Now the weight's on the left thigh, right hip stays on the floor. Reach. You're going to reach with both arms. If you want to focus more on the right arm, really feeling the stretch into the right side of the body, shoulder all the way down, right into the hip. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low, and let's go all the way to the other side, moving slowly and gently. Weights on the right thigh, left hip on the floor, and reach. If you want to bow your head a little, that's okay. Just don't bow it too much, all right? Reach and really feel a lovely stretch. And you can always make the adjustments in all the stretches. You know what? If you find that one place is not quite going to happen for you, back up or go deeper. Make those little adjustments, but do it on the exhale and find that place that feels just perfect and stay there and just breathe and relax. And while we're here, let's release the tension that we hold in our face. So I want you just to really squeeze and scrunch up your face. Squeeze it as tight as you can. We hold a lot of tension in our face. Hold it and then let it go. And all that tension filter through your body and sink into the ground for one more breath. On the exhale, come back to center. Come back all the way up. Perfect. Roll them out. All right, let's get into our little butterfly now. So let's just change the position a little bit. Now the feet are together. Now this particular stretch here is focusing on the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, groin area, the buttocks, the tight buttocks, and it's a gentle hip opener. So from here, I'm going to give you two different ways to do this. If you find that sitting like this is as far as you can go or that you want to go, just rest your hands on your legs, stay here with a straight back and just hang out, relax, and breathe. But for those of you who want to go a little deeper, hands onto the ankles, the elbows will be on the knees, you're going to lean forward. Your back is straight, head is level with the spine. Now, I don't want you to put a lot of weight, don't force the knees down, all right? Focus on leaning forward more, all right? So let's do it together, big breath. Exhale. Try to relax whatever position you're in, even if you're sitting with a straight spine. Think about how your legs feel, your hips, your thighs. Let it go. Let it go. Just relax. Release the tension. Release everything. On the next exhale, come up. All the way. Perfect. Hands on the knees. Bring those knees together slowly. And let's open up the legs nice and wide. All right. Nice V split. Now, we're going to focus on the hamstring, okay? Back of the leg here, into the behind the knee as well, calf. Now having the toes up to the ceiling is a nice calf stretch. Now we're going to have both hands on the knees or the thighs. All right, so what I'm going to show you quickly and then you can figure out which way it's going to work for you. Now again, the back stays straight, head is level with your spine hinging with the hips. So either you can lean forward, keep your hands right here. For those of you who want to go a little further, you can slide your hands down. For those of you who can reach your toes, you can do that, or you can grab your feet. Whatever is good for you, all right? And this one here, you're going to feel it, all right? Most people have very tight hamstrings, and this is going to go into your buttock. This is a good stretches for your psoas muscle, for your IT band, things like that. Let's go. Big breath. Next. Now, when you're in this position, however deep you're going, or even if you're barely moving, pay attention to how your knees and your thighs feel. They're probably locked up right now. Let them go. Relax the knees. Pay attention. Just focus on the breath. Sometimes paying attention to the breath, you know what? It just really helps your body let go. And those of you who can reach your toes, if you want a deeper stretch into your upper back, point your toes. Exhale. Come up. Slow. All right. Great. Now, from here, let's get our legs together. So slowly finally bring them together. Now, this is our staff pose. This is a neutral place. There's several neutral places. This is one of them. Now, being aware of your posture, sitting nice and tall and proud on your sit bones. Back is straight, shoulders are relaxed. All right. Now, from here, I want you to point your toes. Just point your toes. Both arms up. Bring them down a little bit lower. We're going to focus on the forearm, the wrist, and the hand and the fingers. Make a fist. Bend at the wrist, slightly turn out to the baby finger. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Breathe. Now, this is a nice stretch for the extensor muscles along the top of the forearm, Along the side, by turning your hand out slightly to the baby finger, you release. Decompress, lengthen, stretch the muscles, releasing the nerves, the blood vessels. On the exhale, straighten hands, open fingers, palms to ceiling. Right hand, tip of the left fingers gently bring back. Releasing, stretching the hand, the fingers, flexor muscles. Exhale, go to the other side. Feeling calm, feeling relaxed, and release. All right, now relax your feet. Relax your feet. Hands on the lap. So let's do a little finger exercise quickly. From here, keeping your hands on your lap, all I want you to do is you're just going to lift each finger and do a little circle. So you're going to circle one way, go to your little finger, and then work your way the opposite circle back to your thumb. Follow the rhythm of your breath, and let's really articulate and work those little fingers. So important, especially if you have issues with your hands and fingers, arthritis, stiff, tight fingers, if you work with your hands a lot, keyboard, things like that. Even if you, it's just very important to keep those hands. And so do what you can. And if it's a little bit painful, sometimes a little discomfort is not a bad thing. You can usually breathe through. But if it's very painful, then just, you can skip a few fingers if you want. You can always make those adjustments as you go along. When you get back to your thumb, bring your hand up, and I want you to stretch those fingers out. Stretch them out, lengthen, release the hand. And then relax. Just let your hand go limp and shake it out. Just shake it out. You can wiggle your fingers around you want, play piano. Roll the wrist if you like. All right, perfect. Okay, let's work our way down to the ankles now. So from here, if you'd like, you can lean back, okay? Or if you want to sit with a straight spine, put your hands along the side of your hip. Whatever feels good for you. So let's work those ankles. So I want you to open up your legs just a little bit. So we're going to do some little circles in, little circles out. That's it, all right? Try not to move your leg. Focus on just moving the ankle if you can. If your leg moves a little bit, don't worry about it. But if it moves a lot, you might want to hold on to your legs, all right? Let's go. Inhale around. This is working. I'm going to do 2 in and 2 out. Kind of really articulate the ankle, and this is engaging the lower leg muscles as well. You can feel it all, working the foot, the toes, and around. And when you get back to the neutral position, I want you to play piano. Wiggle those toes around, wiggle them around. Really get some movement in those little toes. Perfect. All right. So from here, let's get into our table. So we're going to get onto our hands and knees. Now, finding a place of comfort on your hands and knees. I always supply little pads to put underneath your knees or your wrist if you find that's an issue. You can use a thin blanket, a thin towel, or a really skinny pillow if you need to. All right, so into our table. This is a neutral place. Now, ankle to knee, knee to hip, line everything up. Hands, wrist, shoulders lined up. Head level with the spine. Let's do some cat and cow together. Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C scoop spine. Exhale as you arch the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Lengthening, stretching, releasing that spine a little bit more. Releasing upper back. This is a wonderful stretch for your lower back. Breath in motion. Let's do one more. Follow all the way. And bring yourself to straight, neutral spine. Release your hands or shake them out if you have to. We're going to do one more from this position. So if you find your wrists are getting a little tender, you can go on your fists, and that changes the angle of the wrist. So we're going to do a nice little hip stretch here. And this one is called the revolving chair, or revolving tabletop, I should say. So from here, looking at the floor, take a breath, and on the exhale, I want you to push your hip out to the right as you look over the left shoulder. It's not going to go far, so you don't have to whip it out. Just push it out gently. And on the exhale, swing those hips to the left as you look over the right shoulder. And one more time. On the exhale, swing those hips to the right. So this is working the lower back, the buttock, the outer part of the hip, one more time to the right, abductors. Exhale back to center. All right, from here, let's get ourselves to mountain curl the toes. I want you to come up all the way. Just get off the floor any way you can. All right, let's get off the floor for a few minutes. Shake the hands out, shake those legs out, roll the shoulders out. All right, let's get the kinks out. Perfect. All right. And this is our mounted Tadasana. This is another neutral place. Whenever we do our standing postures or sequences, if you have to stop, or if there's something that's not going to really work for you, come to your mountain and hang out, relax. And when you're ready to resume, you can. Now feet are hip distance apart, feet are nice and anchored to the floor. Standing tall, being aware of your posture again. Breathe. Feeling strong, feeling powerful, feeling really anchored to the floor. Feel that breath. Perfect. All right, so roll the shoulders out. Let's do a nice little sequence from here, all right? So we're gonna start with our tree pose. So this is a balance pose. So I want you to, when you're working with any balance pose, find yourself a little focal point, a little something to stare at to help you concentrate. It might help a lot. Now, the actual tree pose, the foot will come up onto the side of the leg. If you find this is really not going to work for you, if you're not that balanced, just get your foot off the floor and put it here if you'd like, okay? All right, so relax the shoulders. We're going to start with the right foot, preparing for our tree. Take a breath on the exhale. Now the arms come out to the side if you'd like. If you want, you can bring your arms here or your hands all the way up here. And those of you who are feeling a little extra balance today, Brikasana, tree pose, one more breath. Exhale, come down. Preparing for our chair pose, come to the front of the mat. Let's go. Inhale up, exhale, sit back into your chair. Make sure the knees and the toes are lined up. Visualize you're sitting on the very edge of the chair. One more breath. Exhale, mountain. Come to the front of the mat if you're not already there, preparing for our pyramid. Take your breath. I'm going to do it this way so you can see me a little better. Exhale, right leg back. Big wide step. Back foot's on an angle. Left leg nice and lined up. Inhale up. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale, hinging up the hips, swan dive. Engaged pyramid, hands on the knees. Full pyramid would be all the way down. Leg ideally should be straight. If this is uncomfortable for any reason, soften your knee if you need to. Preparing for warrior one. Take a breath. On the exhale, push down the foot. Find your lunge. Bend your knee, come up. Warrior one. Relax those shoulders. Perfectly balanced, feeling nice and stable. Let's go to reverse warrior. Take a breath. Exhale, right hand on the back of the right leg, left one stays. Keep your lunge. Breathe. Preparing for 5-star, take a breath. Exhale, straighten left leg, turn your feet to the right, 5-star. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Reverse warrior to the right. Take your breath. On the exhale, turn your feet to the right. Find your lunge. Left hand on the back of the left leg. Right arm up. Now those of you can lean back a little further if you're a little more flexible. If not, keep your back straight. Just put your hand here if you'd like. And if anything, you put your hand on your hip if you want. Let's go to warrior one on the exhale. Pyramid, next exhale. Straighten leg. Engaged on the knee or all the way down. One more breath. Exhale, bend the knee, push yourself up. Back to mountain, preparing for chair again. Inhale up, exhale. So make sure you can see me here. Knees and toes are lined up. Make sure your knees are not pushed forward. We really want to take care of those knees, so sit back, use those nice thighs. Exhale, up. And let's see if we can do our tree pose with the left side now. Roll the shoulders out. Like I said, if you find you're getting a little unbalanced or not too stable, just get your foot off the floor. Don't worry about it. Preparing for our tree pose. Big breath. Exhale. You can have it here, here, or all the way up here. Get your arms out here like the branches in a tree. You can bring your hands in Namaste prayer pose or come all the way up if you'd like. Perfectly relaxed. One more breath. Exhale down. All right, perfect. Roll the shoulders out. Let's get ourselves on the floor. Come down very slowly. And let's go right onto our backs. Gentle. All the way. Come down. Gentle. Back is nice and anchored. Shoulders are relaxed. I want you to keep your knees bent. Let's give ourselves a big hug. Take a breath, and on the exhale, bring the knees up. Big hug. And I want you just to rock from side to side. Relax the shoulders. And let's give ourselves a lovely back massage. Releasing the spine. Just rock and breathe. Close your eyes. Little circles to the left. Let's focus on that lower back a little bit more. Little circles to the right. Feeling calm. Knees to center, soles of the feet onto the floor. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, let them fall shoulder height. Preparing for a gentle twist pose. Take your breath. On the exhale, I want you to drop your knees to the left as you look over the right shoulder. Now you can straighten them a little for comfort. Just let them fall. They don't necessarily have to touch the floor. All right? Even if they just fall a little bit, that's okay. And this is a twist pose, working gently, twisting, releasing the lower spine. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly, gently bring them up. And let's go to the other side. Take your breath, and on the exhale, as you drop your knees to the right, you look over the left shoulder. One more breath. Exhale up. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, let them fall over your head as you straighten one leg at a time. Now let's stretch our bodies out. Now at this point, if this bothers your arms or your shoulders to have them up over your head, put them anywhere else you'd like. But I just want you to feel really nice and heavy. Let your body sink into the ground. Stretch your body out, fingertips to the tips of your toes. It's important for relaxation to have a tension-free body and a tension-free mind. All that energy is flowing energy, which is your life force. Now's the time to thank yourself for being here today, for taking this little bit of time out of your busy day and your busy life, your busy week, whatever your life is entailing right now, just to be on your mat, just to let everything go. Focus on your self-care and your self-soothing, and just to maybe turn all the noises off for a little while. Just really pay attention to that beautiful breath. Breath is life. It's our life force. Let your mind, your body, and your soul absorb the vibrations of the bells, bringing your own energies to its appropriate frequency. Slowly bring yourself back into your space, back into the room. Bring life back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're very ready, very slowly, take your time, bring yourself back up. Draw a cross-legged Sukhasana position or any seated position at this point that's comfortable for you. Comfortable on your sit bones, back is nice and straight. Let's bring our hands together. Let's rub them vigorously to activate that hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center. Close your eyes. Let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune in. Inhale. Om Shanti 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 Satnam. Shanti Shanti, peace, peace. May love and light be with you always. Namaste. All right, lovely, wonderful. That felt really good. So thank you so much for joining me. It's absolutely my pleasure to do this because I feel just as good as you do. So these classes I know are short and sweet. You know, if you want to repeat it, you can also lengthen the way you stay in your postures. You can take a few more breaths. You know, can make these little adjustments if you like, absolutely. But again, thank you so much for joining me, and take care of yourself. Have a lovely long weekend, and as we kind of ease into September now, so things are slowly getting back to some kind of normal. But in any way, thank you again, and have a wonderful day. Bye.